despite the fact that it bears a remarkable resemblance to the model that was available for purchase the year before. The Ioniq 5 for the year 2026 has experienced a number of substantial alterations that have been implemented, which have resulted in a number of significant changes. These modifications have resulted in a number of changes that are extremely significant. It is now possible to purchase the larger of the two battery packs, and Hyundai claims that this will result in an increase in the driving range of the SUV. Today, the larger battery pack is available for purchase. This is due to the fact that the capacity of the battery pack has increased from 77.4 kilowatt-hours to 84.0 kilowatt-hours, which is the reason for this. We do not have any information regarding the amount that it is currently worth at this time, since we do not have any information. When contrasted with the model that was released the year before, which had a maximum EPA estimated range of 303 miles, the firm now asserts that the new model will have a range that is greater than 310 miles per charge with a single charge. This is in comparison to the model that was introduced the year before. In contrast to the previous model, which had a range of 303 miles, this one has a range of 310 miles. It is clear that this is a huge advance in comparison to the model that was presented the year before. In addition, it is strongly anticipated that the NACS charging port will be implemented into the Ioniq 5 gadget in the not-too-distant future. There are a number of cosmetic differences that set the new XRT trim level apart from the previous trim levels. This trim level is now available and can be distinguished from the other trim levels. Alterations, such as the installation of all-terrain tires, an increase in ride height, and revised bumpers are included in these modifications. This particular trim level makes use of a construction that is more long-lasting in comparison to the other trim levels, a rear windshield wiper, a rear spoiler that is wider, and revised front and back bumpers are also included as standard equipment on all of the different model levels. In addition, the rear spoiler is broader, including each and every one of these functions as a standard requirement is included. The latter is especially helpful when driving in conditions that are rainy or snowy, since it prevents the former from becoming entirely buried. This is because the former is able to remain fully exposed. The former is advantageous for a number of reasons, including this one. One of the reasons for this distinction is that the former is able to avoid being completely buried throughout the process. Some modifications have been made to the interior, the most noteworthy of which is the remodeling of the center console. There have been a few other alterations as well. In addition to that, there have been a few more modifications made. As a result of the addition of a new row of buttons to the console, it is now able to reach functions that are frequently used, such as the steering wheel and heated seats, in a more expedient manner. Additionally, the wireless charging station for mobile devices has been relocated from the lower panel of the console to the upper panel of the console. Ever since it was presented to the general public for the first time in 2022, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 EV SUV has been a formidable contender for inclusion on our rankings of the 10 best, Editor's Choice, and EV of the Year since the very outset of its introduction to the general public. This has been the situation consistently. The fact that it can be purchased at a cost that is within one's financial means is not the only element that makes it appealing. In addition to being fashionable, it is also helpful, and it is a pleasure to use. The pricing of the 2026 Hyundai Ioniq 5 is expected to fall somewhere in the range of $44,000 to $55,000, with the specific range being determined by the trim level and the additional options that are offered. It is anticipated that the price will fall somewhere in this range. According to the prevalent outlook, it is anticipated that the price will fall somewhere between this range. Individuals who are eager to embrace the prospect of taking chances might benefit from the Ioniq 5, which is a piece of equipment that gives advantages that you go with the rear-drive SEL variant, which comes with 225 horsepower, a range of more than 310 miles, and a price tag that is almost $50,000, is something that we strongly urge you do. This particular variant is the one that we strongly recommend you go with when everything is taken into consideration. A heated steering wheel, a power-operated liftgate, Heated mirrors, front and rear parking sensors, and auto-dimming mirrors are some of the typical comforts that come standard with the instrument